Can't pass the people, can't pass the hit me. Get on down now. I wanna get on the good foot. Ow! Good foot. I got to get on the good foot. Going down to the crib and let all hang out. Where sober people know what it's about. Going down to the crib and let it all hang out. Where sober people know what it's about. Where people can sign and shake their hands.
We couldn't talk yet.
And dancing to the music, sing my band.
I blocked this out. I made it on the good foot. You got to get on the good foot. This is what I'm saying. Let's get on the good foot. It's all about the good foot.
Do it with your good foot.
You do it with your good foot.
I said the long hair hip business and afro blacks, they all get together across the tracks and they party. Oh, good foot. You know the dance on the good foot. Dance on the good foot. Ain't nothing going on but the rhythm.
Yeah. Oh, where am I?
Aloha, everybody.
Aloha.
And that's on the
There's something about James Brown. You can just like get off on the good foot with that, with this good stuff. Good foot. Just remember that, good foot. Just get a bad foot. You got a good foot. You just got to get on the good foot. Okay, so big news in the eBay community. Thank you, James. You may take your leave. Mr. James Brown, everybody. Thank you. I am Primo Kimo. This is my lovely wife and cohort in eBay horde fracking, Spam Banshee. Thank you. Thank you. Spam Banshee. Oh, thank you. Oh, did you want a horn? Sorry. Pokey tip. Primo, Spam,
star
and
of the show.
Pokey too. Come on, you gotta kick that little sucker. Oh, did the baby? Did you have a good morning, babe? Did we go for a walk? Was there a big dog and you wanted to go see him and you squeaked? Remember that? Good times. So let's get right back in. Let's get into it. Let's get into it right this second. And on Monday, we told you about our best week ever in one store. And no good deed goes unpunished. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Or your microphone might be low.
What's wrong with it?
It might be low. Pitco is saying, is it just me or is the microphone low?
Yeah, it's just you. I was trying to get off on the good foot, but did I not do that? I turned it up, but now I hear a unpleasant ringing in my ears, and it's my own voice. So, not to be unpunished by those joyous people over at the Bay. 10 times normal sales, our account is now flagged for destruction, and we got 10 times our normal sales, like 10 times bigger than our biggest sale ever in our store. We got over the weekend. It's a big sale. It's for 4 digits. There was 4 digits to be precise. And in order to get that money out of eBay, I had to provide my ID. No big deal. No big deal. It's a lot of money. Let's go. So they took my information, allowed me to transfer the money within minutes. It was just taken care of. So then this morning, I get the dreaded email message from eBay saying your funds will be available for payout once we receive delivery confirmation. Now, this is not on a specific item. This says we are making changes to the way we process payments on eBay. Going forward, we'll not make friends with you. We'll make funds available for you within 72 hours of confirmed delivery. So, and I just want to point out that on this account, this very account, I have 258 feedbacks. I have exactly, right here. So my seller level is top rated. I've never been anything from top rated since I became top rated. Transaction defect rate, 0.0. of 664 transactions. Late shipment rate, 0.15. There's one single late out of 658 transactions. There's one late, and that was last July. It's gonna fall off next month, and I'm gonna have 0.0 on late shipments. Closed cases without seller resolution, 0.0, of course. Tracking uploaded on time and validated, 100%. Thank you. So, and then my head explodes. Return rate, 0.30. I mean, this is heavy duty.
Two of the transactions.
Two of those transactions had a return. I remember one of those. The guy returned the one thing to exchange it for a more expensive version. He returned the used hubcap stencils for Mercedes. He didn't want the used ones because we had brand new ones up for sale. So he's like, "Hey, can I return this and get your brand new ones? I didn't see them." So he gave us twice as much money for the brand new ones, but that's being held against us in this case. It was a return.
Wrong account.
What?
Wrong account.
Are you trying to embarrass me in front of company? Pretend like you've done this before. Tease them. Yeah, she's right though. So the 0.3, they're not. It wasn't the hubcap things. It was. I'll tell you. Now I got to go deep into this. Can't even see it. Last 12 months, closed returns and replacements. Oh, that Ofra Haza CD that went to Europe, but eBay took care of that, and then return closed.
Oh, you remember that man was like, "Oh, the DVD's not working," and you got
It's
it back,
brand
and
new.
you're like, "It's working."
Oh, right. I made him return it.
And
'cause
we
I'm
just
like, how
sold
can
it
I-
again
And we just sold it.
as a opened one.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the entire world of this account, that they now just limited our funds until after shipping is confirmed. We don't have anything. Now, I'm going to say, if I was eBay, I don't know. I think it's probably fine if somebody on one day has 10 times their normal sales. Yeah, you might limit them until that sale's over. Until that item is delivered, which we delivered that on time. It was quite a large package. That's what she said. Thank you. It was a large, expensive package, fully insured, sent through the U.S. mail. Nothing can go wrong there, right?
And I have to admit, when we had that sale, I was like, "Oh boy, they're probably not going to make the funds available right away," and was shocked when you said, "No, they did. I just had to give them my license." I was like, "Oh wow, okay."
That's happened before at some time in history.
Yeah,
I've had to do
just
that.
because I knew, high sale dollar amount. And then, lo and behold.
Because 10 times normal sales, let's just dish you out one of these MC011s.
Yeah.
I'm kind of I'm telling you, Big Al over, he's in the England,
Totally Biff.
but still I'm feeling Patricia. We speak your
We
name.
do, Patricia. We speak your name. So anyhow, you did call.
I called.
He called today.
I called today because I really wanted to just run this down. So first of all, just to backtrack just a hair.
Yes.
Setting this up, Value Added Resources, back in January 29th of this year, Liz put out an article stating that some eBay sellers in the U.S. are receiving confusing and conflicting information about sales proceeds being held until after delivery, but an overlooked part of the latest payment terms of use update could hold the answers. I won't bore you with all the words. Go read that, please, and give her. They're not boring. They're very exciting words, but go read them yourself. And basically, what it was saying was that in England they have private and public sellers, or however they term those, and meaning people at home versus people who have a business out of it. And they were doing this, holding people's funds who had private accounts. Over here, there's not technically a difference for private accounts, but I'm going to give you the 3 top reasons why I think our account's about to get MC011. The first is
Mike Seller.
the fact that we just had 10 times normal sales on one day. What I didn't tell you on that one day, it just wasn't important. But the point is, I think it's worth saying at this point that one sale was made up of 13 sales, 13 listings. Those listings were individual groups of items, and the person contacted me and said, "Can I buy them all?" And we talked about it, discussed the price and everything. So I created a single listing that was of all these 13 listings for this large total. He got it. He bought it. We're happy. We have back and forth conversations. He's asking me about the history, and it's pretty obvious that it's probably a legitimate thing. And that's all. Is that the end of the story?
No, it's not.
Okay,
So,
go ahead. I thought that was a good end.
Liz Morton's article back from January is sort of reverting back to the typical reasons that we all know that funds can be held, which is you're an infrequent seller, you previously were restricted or you had been suspended, you have a high-priced items or unusual selling patterns, and then maybe there's the authentication process. It may lead to transaction holds.
So we're number 3. We can get hit with number 3, high-priced
Okay.
items, unusual selling patterns.
So
We can get hit with that.
those are the typical ones that we all are aware of. We all know about this. So he called customer service today. 'cause
Okay, I
he
can pick it
wanted-
up from here.
He wanted to find out.
So I says to the phone, I'm like, calls eBay. Phone's like, okay, James.
You're like,
Mr.
where's the
James?"
rotary dial like
Yeah.
Roman?
I'm using my rotary dial AI, and it's calling up eBay, and I think her name was Daphne. We'll call her Daphne. Daphne answered. Daphne is just, and may as well be AI at this point, calling eBay. You're going to get the thank you for being a thing for so many years, and then you're going to get the repeat, like, okay, so let me surmise this. You're calling to find out why we messed with your account. Yes, that's right. So him go back and forth a little bit. The phone's coming and going. She's sort of understanding what I'm saying. Typical eBay call, especially when you're not expecting an answer. You're just looking for some sort of clarification. So they really don't have anything to give you. So whatever. So call her. She goes and talks to her, whatever, twice, to her up, down, went to the bathroom, whatever she did. She talked to them twice, and she came back and said, yes, for sure, we are rolling this payment hold out to all U.S. sellers.
She said,
You are halfway. We've done half of the
said
U.S.
half of
sellers.
the sellers so far, they've rolled it out to them.
And that I firmly believe she's full of crap. I firmly believe that whole conversation was to placate a seller who was calling in asking for this. The real reason why it's being held is number 3 on here. High-priced items are unusual selling
And
pattern.
they're just not saying
In
that.
30 days, it'll probably fall away and not be there anymore. I hope. Maybe it'll be a year.
She did say it was permanent.
She
though.
said it was permanent. I just believe that she's just reading a script and
She
doesn't
said it was
know.
permanent because it's being rolled out to all sellers in the U.S.
These are words that were said to me by the lady, and so representing eBay. So I don't know if that's true or not. If we're believing everything we see, it's totally true. I don't believe everything I see from eBay. I believe that they do things to
for sure
de-escalate.
For sure
I think they're all about
that
de-escalation.
sale triggered something.
I'm okay with that.
Did it bump us to the top of the list to now be added to the
To get
funds on
dished?
hold? We're now part of that 50% that they decided to roll it out to.
Daphne, I love you, Daphne. Go on an amazing journey up to Vermont. Come see us and hang out with
Daphne
Pokey.
answered the call.
Oh, Daphne.
But I do feel for sure this is somehow connected to the sales. So whether it really is one of the old school reasons, which is you had a really high spike in your sales or a high price item, it's definitely connected to that.
Or it's way worse, and we're all going to start to get
or
our
it's way worse.
money withheld from
Or they
eBay as
bumped
they're
us
saying what
to-
they did.
Or they were like, okay, you guys just had that sale, so
So-
now we're throwing you in.
Aloha to Biff, Carla, Pitco, Derek,
Aloha!
Jovial, Record Crate, Aloha, Ayo, Mike G, Don Flippin, hey,
Your
my
mom.
mom, Lenny K, Lag is here, never too old, Aloha to you. Silver Hair Stacker, Quirky Picker Chad, Junk Trader, aloha to you. Who did you say?
Brandy.
Where's Brandy? I can't see Brandy.
Right
Brandy, aloha, there you are. Amazon Seller 99, and we have Mike G.
And Mike Seller.
We have Mike Sellers here.
Up to his membership. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Say hi to Bandit for us. John is here.
And James.
Hold my funds. I'm going to do something super cool on eBay. It's called List Easier. Hold my funds.
Well, and John was saying, hey guys, I think it could be sure to that higher than usual sales activity. That's why I list my high value items only on one account. But this
was smaller items that I grouped, and I didn't even think.
Yeah, it was 13 listings originally, and then the customer.
Here's some technical data on that. I did not list it as a lot. It was made up of 13 separate auctions that I had combined. That wouldn't matter, except for I wanted $60 shipping for it, and it told me when I was making that listing for him of all the combined that the limit for this category, which is CDs, is $25.
So yeah, I asked him, did you happen to select that little switch that it was a lot? And he goes, no, I didn't. But
so did that have something to do with it?
And I'm wondering if
$25 I charged too much for shipping, or in AI,
I never knew that eBay's system was smart enough to say or to go, this is the CD category. You should not be charging more than $25.
I just figure there's squirrels and chipmunks back there just running on wheels doing stuff, like trying to pull the wrong levers at times. But yeah, so this is where we're at, and I don't know if this is super true or super not true.
So Don flipping, I'm skipping down to the bottom right now, and we'll get to everyone. But Don's like, what's the logistics for eBay to hold funds? I could understand a reason if it was to help the seller and buyer.
So let's say you own.
What was your hypothesis?
Well, I said if I owned eBay and anything sketchy was going on, I'd hold the money. Guess what I get to do when I hold the money? I get to play with the money. I get to spend the money. I get to go buy some oil.
You get to get some interest on it.
I get interest. I get a yacht. I get a mansion and a yacht. I mean, whatever. A corporation holding your money. That money is not an escrow account sitting there waiting for you with grandma knitting a sweater. That thing's rolling out in micro transactions, trying to squeeze some more money out of us. And this was my big conspiracy. These guys are looking for ways to make money. They're trying to jack you on promoted listings. They're trying to jack us too. They're trying to jack us in any way to think of new revenue streams. A pretty good revenue stream is to hold people's money, because no matter what, you're going to have access to money for longer. That money's not going to go into accounts and out of accounts. If you get 12 days holding somebody's money, think of all the things you could do with that.
And John, I don't know if you heard in the beginning.
Think of all the things.
If you were here from the beginning, but customer service did tell us that they have rolled out funds holds to half of the eBay.
Anybody in here have
in
that?
the US.
I think she's full. I honestly lean towards that was just a bullcrap session.
I have been seeing that on the Facebook eBay group.
But I haven't seen. Has anybody?
Like, why?
Has anybody said that it's roll? Because when we just a year ago when we started this account, our payments were held. Because we were new.
Any new eBayer,
this is just like
they
that.
waited for us to have like 7 or 10 successful transactions before they would make the funds available the next day.
Or it was a month or something. I don't remember exactly the thing, but the requirements. But this seems just like that. So
and Biff,
I tend to feel like they're just doing this because of that one transaction.
It triggered something.
They're hiding it behind this thing. I honestly feel like we'll go back to getting our money back. I think so. I don't think they're going to hold it forever, but who knows how long it will take for us to get instant.
And John, and it wasn't
4-day money.
It wasn't. They released the funds for our big transaction.
They did. I had to I had to provide my driver's license.
It's now any sale after that transaction, the funds are going to be held.
So the next $30 DVD we sold this morning was the money's held right now until I ship the DVD, the single DVD. it doesn't make sense from the seller's point of view, but to eBay's point of view, if they're trying to hold my money and they're like, hey, dude's got a big sale over there. Next time he gets a big sale, we're going to hold it for 12 days.
So if this is really the case and they are rolling this out. So the other thing too, you guys, is how I'm sorry, I'm all over, how he was saying that in Liz's article from January, in the UK, it was only the private sellers, not the business sellers, where their funds were being held. Oddly enough, this account of ours, the media account, is not under a business.
It keeps saying a little stripe at the top. This is a personal account.
Yeah, this is a personal account.
Could that be the trick?
So I said to him, I said,
like
in the
England?
UK, it was only for personal accounts. Is that what's happening here? But in Liz's article, it said that in the US, eBay doesn't really distinguish between business and personal.
Jet's like, I haven't made any money, so I'm safe. Good for you.
And
keep yourself safe. Safety first.
And Biff, this is exactly what I said to Primo. Biff says a lot of times eBay standard envelope never gets the pickup scanner. So how will they ever confirm delivery in those cases? And that's what I was saying. If this does happen.
But didn't Ryan get burned by this thing? Where I think he got burned by this. By like 10 things not registering. And
I don't know about that.
I don't know. That's why I think this is not legit. This is not really what's happening.
And
I haven't heard about it from any legitimate sources except her boards.
And how many people will...
Anybody in the room? Any legitimate person in here had their money blocked where they say it's permanent?
And it almost
delayed,
makes me think if we have really high price sales, those items I would ship like an expedited shipping, just so that the funds
on our original account, we sell thousands of dollar items all the time, like even $10,000 items. I've never had it held like this. The other thing, this is the last thing.
Don Flippin has a good question, and we were wondering this too.
Was buyer account semi-new? Yeah. Okay, so I have two things. Could it have been the buyer's account that got my account thing? I don't think so. It's like 265 items, and let me double check. Hold on, just a second.
So Ryan was saying the eBay standard envelope is why my confirmed shipped and scanned on time is like 89%, and it's dropped me from top rated to...
Mine's 100.
So that's how it affected his account.
10,989 feedbacks. Not a new buyer. Member since 2000. Few items for sale. He sells basically what we sold.
I mean, he's probably gonna piece out the stuff he
Peace
bought.
out?
Peace out.
That's right. So he's gonna sell the things that we sold him for $7. He's gonna sell them for $50 or $26. And he's gonna sell them forever and ever and ever and always.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You can do that. That wasn't what we wanted to do. We wanted to take our 200 and turn to $40,000.
Lag was saying Google, eBay hold funds until item is delivered. New policy.
I'm gonna turn off. We're back.
Oh. Lag was said he must.
So bust.
I mean.
Who's in the what now?
AI Lag was saying Google, eBay hold funds.
This is a great seller, by the way. Great seller.
A great buyer.
A great buyer, sorry.
Right.
Great seller, too. Thank you.
So, Don Flippin, we thought that too. We were like, is it a combined thing? Like, the buyer is spending this much money. Oh, the seller is selling this high price item.
100th point of interest here. Sold on Saturday. Printed label out on Monday. Shipped on Tuesday. Thank you. So, top rated seller. Shipped within 24 hours. Purchased on Saturday. Printed label on Monday. Shipped on Tuesday. This is a gray area. We take advantage of it a little bit as resellers to offer one-day shipping. But really, did I just scratch my nose? I feel like I did.
When we
my nose has got little... I got like the bumps.
Yeah. There's been times where we've had something that had like 4 hours to pack. And so we weren't able to get it shipped the day that
It's a pattern that I do, but it's never failed. We don't have late shipment. That's not marked as late or anything.
So, but that also crossed our mind too. Is it because the actual incoming pickup scan was on Tuesday instead of Monday? So that's the only thing that we thought, aside from which
it's
is
like
the
the
most
other 5 or 6 things, but they're like tiny little non-things. But I guess again, if I'm eBay and I'm just seeing dude who makes a couple $100 a day on eBay gets a huge payoff.
Cali Debs.
It's okay that they notice it. I kind of feel a little comfortable if they notice it. I even feel okay if they want to hold my funds on Penny Annie DVDs, not on the sale that they're complaining about or referencing, but on, a couple $100 of stuff. If they want to hold that until these CDs are delivered, that seems reasonable. That's totally reasonable. I'm fine with that. But if I'm just going to stay there, it doesn't really totally matter if our money is delayed by 2 weeks. Because as soon as that 2 weeks is up, the money will just keep rolling in.
Well, right. We won't see a difference. But between now and then, there's going to be a gap.
It just makes me feel like a criminal, which I'm not.
I know.
I'm super
literally
awesome,
was
and
in my mind
dare
going,
you.
oh, God, how is this going to affect us?
Oh, I have so many questions.
I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
How dare you?
eBay, you're bad. I don't like you.
Blah, blah,
Pippa,
blah.
I
That's what they're
knew.
saying to me. They're just like,
Blah,
eBay,
look at you, little
no.
seller, you little
blah,
seller.
blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah,
Blah,
you little
blah,
seller.
blah.
Sell. Yeah. Yeah, see? Okay, let me just jump down. Did we say hi to, we did say hi to everybody at Costco. Oh, he has to avoid the glizzy bakes for some reason. That's very scary. Oh no, we said hi to everybody. We said hi to Patricia, even though she's not here. Mike Sellers, 14 months.
Gosh, Mike Seller, time just goes by so quickly.
It's crazy, isn't it?
14 months.
I also have to say, I was thinking about that the other day, and I'm like, a really good 14 months.
Wait. Oh, I thought the icon was this shirt. Sorry.
A really, really good 14 months with all our buds here. I mean,
Isn't that crazy?
Our life has changed because of YouTube, eBaying on YouTube. It has because of the connection. We all talk about it now, about that connection, because before this, we're so isolated. We're all on Reseller. Oops. Sorry.
Reseller Island.
We were lost. We were adrift in a sea of packages.
It gives us a little more structure too.
It gives us strength. It gives us heart. We love you.
I'm
all.
a structure person.
Yes, you're super structured.
Mike G.
We're a superstructure.
Wait, eBay rep told me yesterday that they love their sellers.
Yeah.
Ayo, if you plan on driving today, don't forget your oven mitts. That steering wheel is hot.
Oh, ayo. I'm hilarious. And no. So I'm not gonna
What?
but I got jokes. They just stay in my head for now. I do believe eBay, they've demonstrated how they value their sellers. We are the low people on the teetotums.
But you guys, after our story on Monday too, though, with the issues we've had as being buyers, it is sort of like they are just sucking all around. Well,
yes.
yeah, I don't know.
Our 0.0s are down on our permanent record, but I hope this doesn't. I don't want to be in shadow ban land. I don't want my money to be held up. I just don't like that feeling. I don't like it.
Lag. I was gonna say ag. Lag was saying, yeah, eBay said they were doing this a while ago. It's been in the works. Yeah.
Anybody? I'm looking at you, Amazon Seller 99. Anybody have that limitation happen?
So this account is how many years old?
Hold my funds. Wait, hold on.
Hold my funds.
Don Flippin, what are the best? We already read that one. Did we read this one? I don't remember.
No, it's true. What gets me is this mentality eBay has where you're guilty until proven innocent, yet they give free passes to actual scammers. But hey, they always acknowledge how long you have been a member.
Yay, thanks. I
Yeah.
will say though, on the fake filters I bought for air purifier on eBay a month ago, the people had the thing that said they were top rated sellers and they weren't. And I bought them because I saw the picture and then I wanted to cancel the item and then they fakey'd. And then it took like 3 weeks and then they finally refunded. Well, eBay refunded my money. That item has successfully been taken down from eBay. It is no longer available.
Really?
We have succeeded.
Yay! Oh, that actually restores a little faith I have in eBay.
I mean, so little. It's fractional. It's a fraction.
Pick out, ooh, yes, it's smart enough to know that you should not be charging more. It's called bots. And that is great. I'm impressed with that. We all know the reason why we know that eBay charges fees on shipping now is because people back in the day abused the system, would charge $1 for an item that was worth $200, and then the shipping they would charge $200. So we understand why eBay charges fees on shipping. But I'm wondering if we had selected that little switch that said it was a lot, a lot of CDs, because it was 500 CDs. If eBay would have allowed us to charge more than $25.
I don't know. I don't know the answer
because
to that.
the shipping was over $100.
Yes, guilty and proven innocent. I mean, I think this is a product. This is my conspiracy: is overpopulation. I already think we're overpopulated. It's too many people and everything, and everybody's business. So it eventually becomes impossible to give everybody. Well, it's not impossible, but it becomes hard to give everybody their day in court. So now they just wave the magic wand of douche over us, and now we're in a bucket that I don't want to be in. I don't want to be in the dirty birdie bucket. No.
So no money withheld from Corky Picker.
Ayo's. This is of Caesar from Planet of the Apes.
Caesar, no.
No.
I thought maybe that was
Nice.
Scare Pokey.
Very good, Ayo.
Yeah, that's right. Like 50% of sellers. I mean, come on, somebody that we know.
Anybody in here have their money held? That's why I think it's bullcrap, and they've implemented.
Any East Coasters here that have had their money is being held until after delivery.
On their entire account, all sales, and yeah, I just have the sneaky feeling that this is just for us, and that they've done a lot of work with AI and their reps to do seller de-escalation. So, and that's why you just hear the same thing from out of their mouths all the time. It does feel like de-escalation, because it's like they're like, oh no, everybody's having their funds held too. It's not just you. It's not you selling.
She actually put us on hold like 3 or 4 times.
Faking talking to people. And one time she forgot to put us on hold, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to tell them about
Oh,
the
not
thing."
to mention, half the time her connection was going out. And I'm
I couldn't hear anything.
what is she saying? And James, he's like, don't worry, I can piece it together.
Good enough. I mean, do I really need to know? I'm not going to get any satisfaction from this call. That is the answer to the call. So anything that she says is really irrelevant. I only heard half of what she said. And I feel smarter.
Yeah. And then Don's full comment, Don Flippin's full comment was the buyer's
It wasn't.
account
It was a
time I knew.
super,
I'm just
super
trying to
awesome
figure out
account.
why. I know that when I had my fund on hold, the eBay rep told me it was just for the items sold, not other items sold.
And so I know this is what's happening, but the email they gave us, the message they gave us, instead of saying it's just a little time, it's saying all of our sales forever and always permanently.
I know. And again,
We're
the
banned from
funds were
happiness.
released
I
as
already got
per
the money.
normal time frame
I got the
on
money.
the big sale. It's now
Mr.
everything
Carter.
moving forward.
Yeah. So poop on you, eBay.
James was saying I had to upload my license about 2 years ago to the old account and about 8 months ago to the new account.
Oh,
And
this
they
doesn't-
do that to verify you're still actually a human. You're not a.
Suppose it's done
bot or
sort of. I
whatever.
mean, I think it's done through a third-party company. That's whatever.
We've had to do that too.
And that's what they do. But everything is just there's no privacy.
Beard, why
Aloha.
weren't you wearing your silver hat?
Yeah. What happened to your hat? Your big promised
What'd you
E3PO
do?
hat. Come on.
We were looking for that.
Yeah. We only watched it. Oh, if Dave's here, we did hear your song. It was awesome.
Yes, it was. And I just wanted to quickly mention AI. So Earmuffs Pitco,
More time to steal it with
they were
section two.
talking some about the AI stuff that's coming up on
Who's in the what now?
Bearded's morning show this
Yes.
morning. And Grumpy John,
He's so grumpy.
Grumpy John was saying
He's like, don't call me John, call me Grumpy. I'm not grumpy.
he was saying how he doesn't really sell on eBay anymore, but he does sell on Amazon, and that he is getting more sales by using AI to create descriptions and stuff than promoting, or was he saying that was
I don't know.
on eBay?
I don't know what he's talking about. I know he knows his thing, and he said he's going to do some videos showing what he uses AI for, and it's different than what we use it for.
But
and he said that he has like 4 employees, and they're in a 3-car garage, and they use AI to make their jobs disappear. Which I understand what he's saying by that. Their job is to help him create AIs that put them out of a job. I totally get what he's saying with that. It's not rude.
But
It's true.
the point I want to get at is how he was saying whatever platform
probably his kids.
whatever platform he's selling on,
"I'll fire
he
you
said
guys."
using AI to whatever come up with descriptions and stuff has resulted in more sales than his promoting has. So I'm thinking that right there, apply that to eBay. Like, we need to be using all of the item specifics.
I wish we had a friend that was developing an AI that wouldn't take.
That would make listing easier.
Jeez.
Come on. listeasier.com.
I heard there's a delay in the developmental of the List Easier platform. I heard it, please.
And
I'm still only going to talk about that, but I do need it.
And to
I need it soon.
And to
Helicopter it to me, Josh. Come on.
And to reiterate, and Beard mentioned this on his show too, this morning, that especially with electronics, we discovered when you're filling out your item specifics in the model field, you need to put the brand, space, and then the model.
We've discovered this several times.
Space and model in the
but just
model
mentioned it
field
recently.
of the item specifics.
Brand Sony.
Model. We were testing
Sony. MDS JE 500. So don't just put an MDS JE 500. Put in Sony.
Even if you have populated the brand field,
you only put the model number in.
Is not going to grab the brand and just
you're going to get buried
model number.
More than other people.
You need to still populate the brand field, and then in the model field, put brand, space, and the model number.
I think that's a super chicklet of information that's confirmed in our practice.
Trial and error. We were testing this out because we weren't seeing something of ours, and we're like, why is it not showing up?
And I normally do that. I'm actually keyed for a year or two of doing that.
And you guys,
and I didn't do it.
And although our title was laid out that way with the brand and the model number, eBay wasn't reading the title.
I mean, I don't know how
weird.
We don't know how it works all the time, but the more better you can do your entire item specifics, and you can fill those in, as they said years ago, you gotta fill them all out. You can only fill in a few, and then we had to fill in that blue dot. Remember, you filled in enough.
I feel like they should still have that blue dot thing to show you your progress. Like, this is gonna help you.
If we ever get the blessed software from on high, we will fill out every single option in the listing and make the perfect.
You know what? That blue dot is why item specifics are so inaccurate now because everyone
People were
was
just
so
filling it in.
focused on getting that stupid
I gotta fill it
blue
in.
dot.
Even if I don't know
Oh.
what it is, they just filled it in with just
Because
garbage.
that was like 6 years ago.
Mhm.
Everyone was like, fill in that blue dot, fill in that blue dot.
You know, 6 years ago, I was like, eBay's got a plan. They're going to filter these out. They're going to use all this data. They're going to, move it around and do some great things with it. And they totally suck. They have made absolutely no advancement that's discernible or usable for anybody except for shoe sellers and baseball cards, I guess. And very limited success in any other categories
And
that I've used.
And
tried.
I'm guessing I'm guessing I know the answer to this, but also with these new with list easier.
See, that's what happened. His eBay standard envelope, and then 89, and then like 75% don't get scanned until.
Yeah, because we know how often eBay is changing things and how often we have to update the eBay app. And I gather that List Easier also will be adapting to the changes.
Everybody
and when
has
there's
to.
the new categories.
New
and,
API changes. Jim says every rep will give you a different reason. Answer: It's the new way. eBay does not train them properly. Or I just think I really do believe in this. What's the thing? Agentic. Is it agentic? Is that what I'm trying to say?
What are you doing?
Well, you customer service that's not people. I mean, they're trying desperately to transition to that. So they're just making their people sound like robots, and then you're not going to really, when they finally flip the actual switch.
We're not going to know the difference.
Daphne is just going to still be Daphne. We're not going to notice anything. I am Daphne. Thank you for being a star here on eBay for 6 years. You're so great.
I don't know
love
if
you.
John is still
Can
here.
I give you a hug?
If John's still here, I'm wondering if he's still using Photo Room, or I think Beard
Well,
might
Photo's
use it too.
jacked.
But I have been they've changed stuff. I was forced to update, and now it's just one little issue after another. And they have AI. You can contact for help, and they have AI. I think AI will escalate it if you're not getting.
Yeah.
But one of my things was resolved. And AI helped me, but today I was like, oh gosh, another issue. No, I keep getting these little problems.
Yes, Biff, of course. I know that I would have heard that this stuff has been rolled out. And so again, I think they sent me this, it's permanent, but I bet you in a month it falls off. And it just missed out on I think it wanted to hold that money. It wanted to hold the big sale, and it somehow didn't, or missed it, or I was too fast. I got my money out and they couldn't keep up with me. And then it was like Bonnie and Clyde and the bullets flying. And then, eBay's going to win that game though, because now they're holding my $30 DVD sale. So,
Did you read Jovial's?
here's Mike Mecco. Hey guys, thanks for the birthday wishes last night on the Locker Room podcast. I didn't notice your message until chat was over.
Oh, it's okay.
No,
you
no
were
problem at
busy.
all.
It was such a sweet show.
There's like 69 people.
You
Why
were-
did I choose that number? I don't know. But 69 people were on the screen, and they were all different sizes. It was so awesome.
It was really cute.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, it was nice, and you were deserving of all of the accolades for sure.
Yeah. And you had a big box, and then other people were tiny, and Shane was little tiny Shane over there in the corner. It made me laugh. I LOL'd several times. Forge ahead. Do I new?
Hey,
Aloha.
We should focus on quality of items. Quantity of junky items helps nothing. Probably hurts your store. Yeah, that's why we have broken out our stores. We used to have one store, and then we started niching out.
Well, this again. Forge ahead is commenting on James's business model. James is unusual to the reselling thing. I mean, I know there's a lot of people like. That's warm. There's a lot of people that do sell volume game on eBay. So James is actually pretty special in that respect. He's one of the few people that run I don't even know how many he's got up there now, like 40 million items, I think, on eBay. 40,000, 70,000, like a lot, like way more than most people. And that's the volume gain. He's able to sell cheap items quickly. So if you're going to sell something that's what you might call focus on quality of items, James's items, he might, I don't know if you would call, what quality is irrelevant to the way he's selling them, which is for cheap and lots of them at a time. So people are looking for that. People still look on eBay for that. And just in general, James is a case study in a very specific way of doing
I always
eBay.
refer to him. He's our little canary that goes into the coal mine because he is using eBay way more than we are because he has way more sales. He is listing way more items. So he is constantly on eBay and is always there to see what's happening and the changes. And when he reports them, next thing you know, we're like, oh yeah, okay.
You can see like patterns in this.
Yeah, that's happening to us now too. And it's not just,
He's really good at
sales have
that.
slowed. It's, oh yeah, the photos aren't uploading.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I purchased something on eBay and
Try to find somebody out there that's giving a more up-to-date, almost daily rundown of you might not want to hear all the things that are going wrong with eBay, but he's there and he's feeling them all and reporting on them. And that's what makes him awesome. So thank you, James. Please speak your name. James Halverstadt on YouTube. So Jovial's commenting on the interest, and the interest is millions of dollars a day. Exactly. Fantasy Island, no. Reseller Island's super lame, and it's really just a hoarder lives on it. Fantasy Island has like the ladies and
it's actually an island.
Villaver. What's the little guy's name? I hate not being able to remember his
Look,
name.
Diamond Relics. Thank
Aloha,
you.
Diamond Relics.
Finally, somebody is in the same boat as us, but this is insane. 22,000 in sales over 90 days, member since 1999.
You got the douching.
And my funds are held till 3
no.
days after delivery. I've also had my withdrawals logged 3 times in the last 3 months.
So, do you have a similar? I mean, I read off all of our. We have 0 defects, like 600 items, not dollar amounts. I didn't look at that, but 600 items. This store is a year old. Nothing wrong. Just a sale that was 10 times our normal amount. So,
if you're still here at Diamond Relics, and is there any little thing that you think could have? Oh wait. Here, sorry.
The most frustrating thing about every communication when dealing with account issues question is they will never answer your question directly. It's always vague and nuanced. And again, de-escalation. I think that's all eBay customer service is really super concerned with. Because I've called them, and I haven't called them in months and months and months because it doesn't matter. But as a buyer, I've called them in the past 2 weeks. And as a seller, I've called them this morning to find out if this was legit. And they had a nice planned out story. She made some fake holds to go talk to nobody and come back and tell me, like she's just getting this information firsthand right now, that it has already rolled out to half the people. It's coming to the U.S. It's permanent. And
well, she said, "Oh, I know that it's that way in the UK," and
then she wanted to verify it was that way in the U.S. And she came back and said, "Yeah, it is." So
And Don was saying when I had funds on hold, it was just for that one sale. And
well, I'm hoping they just sent me the wrong email message. Hopefully.
You did say something was weird though with the funds. Like half of it was available one day, and then the other.
No, it was just that they told me that they needed to verify my information. So I went to go take out the entire amount all in one transfer. And they said, "Oh, for this much money, you're going to have to provide us a verification that you're not an alien." And so I immediately went and tried to do half the amount, and it sent it to me. And then it wouldn't let me send it. So I guess you could say, I go and mess with stuff immediately. Like if somebody tries to like tell me I can't do something, then I'm like, I go do it anyway.
So then for the second half, you had to provide your ID.
I couldn't get the second half out until I provided the ID.
Okay.
And then and that was it. I mean, so everything has progressed exactly as I would expect it. This email isn't even bad. I just wish it read, we're holding your funds until this sale gets to its destination. Because I feel like that's what they meant to hold our funds for. But we'll have to see. Now we're just going to have to see. John scares you, Lag. I know. He's so grumpy. He's aggressively grumpy.
Grumpy John.
I think he might have been. I know, maybe he got taken over by a cartoon character that crawled out of the screen and into his body while he was not paying attention. While he was on a cruise.
Pico was saying that the AI listing that he has created for himself, he said it has freed up so much time.
I know, I'm looking for that. And we're probably not going to utilize it to do more eBay. You know what we're going to do? Sit. Watch the wall dry. Well, you have to paint the wall first. We're going to watch paint dry. Watch grass grow. No, we're going to do stuff with our life that we want to do. And I know you're saying it's like a commercial. You're going to get half your life back. I mean, yes, please. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Quirky Picker Chad was saying, I don't think eBay should charge fees on shipping, and there is a way for eBay to do it right. If you buy your label through eBay, they know exactly how much you spend.
I know. I do it all through eBay too. All through eBay.
I guess though it's maybe like their handling fee, because now they need to get the money to USPS or whatever, Is it only USPS that you pay for? I don't know what I'm saying. No, FedEx too.
I'm going to say yes. Is that the right answer?
Just sort of like how I'm not going to complain when eBay is charging fees on tax that they collect, because I sure as heck do not want to have to figure out how much tax I'm supposed to be sending to every state. So go ahead, eBay, charge the fee on that. And I sort of feel like that.
I'm not complaining about anything from eBay. I just want you to don't treat me like a...
Yeah, the fees on shipping. I feel like it's a service they're providing us, and they need to now use their employees to get the money to UPS and FedEx and USPS. So
twice in the last 2 months, eBay has skipped your weekly payment. Makes you wonder if they don't skim off the top of times. I mean, really, do you look for that? I'm very involved in our money payments, and I'm transferring money, and I'm moving money around and putting in Venmo, and I'm putting in the bank accounts. Like we can spend, I'm always with that. So I'm always looking at eBay money.
So I remember reading something like eBay policy change, something about how eBay payouts, them showing up in the bank would maybe take longer, and if the day fell on a weekend, you wouldn't see it, for even longer. This was so long ago, though.
I mean, it's really
and as
pretty
always,
smooth
I don't
now.
retain the whole information of everything I
super
read
duper
unless it affects me.
It's super smooth now, so I think that
This was probably like 6 months ago.
eBay has a plan. That's what makes that was your mistake in logic. No, I know they do, and I know again. I can look at it as a business owner and see that just think of the risk assessment of eBay. All us crazy knuckleheads out here running around, whoop, 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 walking off a cliff. It's like the Attack of the Dodos over here. You got all kinds of people. I went to go look up payment holds on YouTube because I wanted to see if anybody was reporting on this. Nobody's reporting on this. So that's really what makes me think this is not a non-thing. Maybe we're first, but I doubt it.
I've seen it here and there on the eBay groups.
But on the YouTube, it just basically said that it's like new sellers saying how you can get your payment holds faster, but there's no way to do that.
Rose is here.
But it's the kids making these videos are little YouTube hustlers making, crappy videos for YouTube. And at the same time, they're often foreign, which isn't a big deal, but I don't know where the videos emanate from. So I don't know if they're US-based videos. I wasn't looking. But they are saying, I've been, it's like a 20-year-old kid's like, I've been drop shipping on eBay for 2 years, and I make a bunch of money, and it's great. And I'm like, well, that's where all these problems are. I mean, think of all the young people even that are doing drop shipments or listening to, I don't know, like doing white label stuff. And then the tariffs and all the supply chain thing happening and young people selling and people getting everyone's off their rocker on eBay. So I get it. From the business owner, you want to limit liability or exposure. But
Well,
I want a special VIP crown where you don't mess with me at all ever. Thank you, eBay.
I'm guessing eBay is dealing with so. Oh gosh, I love it. The faces. I'm guessing. I'm guessing eBay, sorry, is dealing with a lot of unsatisfied buyers and sellers, and so they're having to implement all of these stupid, annoying
so now they
things.
they pay back the buyers and they murder the sellers. That's their new plan.
And scammers, these buyers who then do chargebacks and all that bull crap.
Yeah, that's true. I needed a lightning bolt blue dot dopamine. I'm not liable. It was a disease. I know, exactly. You had to fill that dot must be full. And they've just learned to game us all to heck. Whatever plan eBay has, they fail to tell us. They're not telling us about it. No. You know what their one plan is? Don't tell us about it. That's their plan. Mm-hmm. It's not improper training. It's 3-card Monty. Exactly. It's the same as the shell game. Just like, ooh, whoop, 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 whoop. And then it's a little piece of sponge he's got between his finger. So, it's Christmas. Set your way back machine to Christmas of 1984, maybe? I'm, at that time, 15, 16. It could be 85. 7-Eleven, Palo Alto. Christmas Eve, maybe Thanksgiving. Brain's getting foggy. A holiday evening. There's a couple of homeless type gentlemen sitting in front of drinking it from a paper bag about 8 o'clock at night in front of the 7-Eleven. I'm a very generous person. I go into my wallet. I bust out a $5 for two dudes, and they are like, thank you very much, young gentleman, man. I'm like, I'm going to be something someday. I'm going to make a name for myself. Primo. That's what I did. But a third guy, a capitalist, if I may, pulls, I don't know what he's doing. He's got a trench coat on. He sees me handing out those $5s, and he's like, hey, you got some money? Check this out. Pulls down a little table, pulls out 3 little cups. I think they're not tennis balls, but like rubber balls. He's got a little sponge in there. He gets going on the full walnut shell game right there. I'm 16. I'm like, I've seen this on TV. You can't win. In about 5 minutes, he had $40, which is all I had on me, and he's gone. So I go into 7-Eleven. He's like, and I'm like, dude, that guy just took all my money. And the guy's like, call the police. So the 7-Eleven guy calls the cops. I'm telling you, Palo Alto is just ridiculous. I would say it took about 15 minutes. Cop back at 7-Eleven. He gives me $27. The guy's in the back of the car. He's arrested him. He pulled him out of a taxi.
Oh,
and that's why there was $13 missing. He had to pay the taxi. I got $27 back, and that guy went to jail for that. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to get you in jail on Christmas Eve. And you hustled me good and fair, but
wow,
I'm spoiled rotten, and they gave me my money back. So thank you. Poor guy.
I was just thinking, if that happened here nowadays,
I don't think it can happen anymore.
I mean, you
they
can
won't arrest people for anything anymore.
Break into people's houses around here, and the cops won't show up.
You'll be a carcass
just
if you try to be in our house. They're going to have to bring a vacuum to get you out of our house.
Put a report
A wet,
online.
dry vac. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking smack.
John was saying it's absolutely a lack of training, but also it's a lack of empowerment. These frontline agents can't do anything more than just the basics, and that's by design.
I swear when they put you on hold, They have like a manager just right here going, don't you dare sell anything. 2 minutes. Give me calisthenics, push up something. Like in the time between. They're not really doing anything
And then
else.
he's saying, I worked in a call center for 26 years and 11 of that was in management. I have a pretty good feel for call center incompetence. Sometimes these reps just tell you without verifying the information. Yeah.
Well, hopefully you punished them, John. Did you have a flogging room where you could take the agents,
Axe
take your agents
Monkey!
back and teach them better? Aloha, Axe Monkey! Been cleaning.
He was working on some stickery, designy stuff.
Yes, I was.
Mm-hmm.
I have some good ideas. They're actually super simple. They're like ultra simple, but they're vintage retro callback type thing.
Yes, tattoo.
Tattoo!
Yeah.
Villa Veliches. Vigaliga. Family Ding Dong. Villa
Chef Fixer.
Velichejev. If you get banned or your account is on hold, do they keep the store subscription fee or do they prorate the money? Jeff Fixer knows because he's had multiple hasslements from the man at eBay. They do not prorate your money. I'm sure of that. Diamond Relics. My funds are on hold till
Are already held till 3 days
after delivery. They did the same
And they
thing.
did the same thing where I could only withdraw a portion of available funds for immediate withdrawal.
Hmm.
And Diamond Relics
Did
did
that.
the same thing you did some and then
Yeah, so like I know. I
so
don't know.
are they high priced items? Do you think that did you have like a spike in sales? Do you have a feeling of what could have triggered it for you? Because we, have.
Oh, is this what you were talking about Beard that you don't mind? It's okay if they are they're charging us a fee on the tax to process our taxes for us. If I'm able to look at it that way, I'm okay.
I don't know. I did not see that comment when I
is.
started talking about the taxes.
But that's very true. That's why they charge the fee on taxes to pretend to cover up. They do actually. It would. I don't want to do it. And Beard and I are in agreement on AI. I have written AI stuff. I can see it works. I've done lots of experimentation on it. I don't want to I want to pay for a software that keeps it all up to date and all
I don't
smoothly
wanna
running.
Can you imagine
And
that?
and I know Grumpy can write you a script and one day, so he's going to waste his day where he makes like $5,000 an hour or something. So he's going to waste all that time. And then you're going to have to fix it. And then you're going to have to call him and say, hey, this doesn't work. Then he's going to have to work on it again. And you could just pay Josh $60 a month. What am I talking about? What am I trying to do here?
Imagine all the time we would have to take to figure out the taxes we owe to every state where we ship stuff. No, thank you. I'm definitely willing to pay 13% of tax.
I'm not a good person. I'm not a good person. I just want to be honest with you guys. No, I'm not a person. I'm not a. I don't like.
The more eBay takes off from our
That's
plate,
what I'm trying to say.
thank you.
I mean, within reason. I'm not going to pay for stupid services that are dumb, but because that's a double bad thing. But I will pay for tiny convenience fees for certain things. One of them is taxes. For sure, AI. Now until I'm better at it or I find can see my way clear through anything. So anyway, Matthew Musset, aloha to you.
Cue the Stewie. Where's my money,
My
Brian?
money brain clip. Jet Fixer says, I only have a month to month. Not that I don't trust them. We only do month to month too. You can do it by the year. No, we
for
do
a
it.
subscription?
Yes, right. In that case, yes. I don't always go for the pay the year up front because half the time I've ever done that where I pay for the year to get that extra good deal, including like car insurance or something, I end up getting finding something I want to switch to in that meantime. So I don't want to get stuck. You can't hold me down. You can't put baby in the corner. I'm not. No.
Now I know why Jet Fixer asked the first question is, do they prorate it? So you're saying, right, okay, if you
buy it for a
prepay, okay.
No, they
I was
don't.
thinking you were talking about on a monthly
I bet
basis.
they don't. I bet you could ask them to, and maybe they'll give you a one-time rebate or whatever. Blah, blah.
And yeah, I wonder too, because I've seen this question in some of the groups where people are like, how frequently do you get payouts? And I feel like the majority of the people were saying that they do them at least once a week. Some were saying they do it every day because they were like, I don't trust eBay with my money. I want it as quickly as possible.
And that's kind of how we are. I do think that in defense of what we just said, yes, I do want the service of them doing that. I think it's way better. But at the same time, you know, what they are doing now, which seems kind of, they have a lot of people they have to deal with. So some people, if they have a system of the way they offer their services, some of us are going to see right through it, and some of us are going to totally fall for it. I'm guessing at any time they're charging fees, more people are falling for it than are seeing through it. So when they do like, oh, it's 13.5 to sell, and it's a little 1% for here, and you got to do a little promoted. Some people think that's normal. I'm guessing young people, Gen Zers, I'm looking at you, millennials. Don't you see what they're doing? They're compounding your subscriptions. Subscriptions is like the biggest scam on earth.
Too.
One-time payments.
It would take us to figure all that out, and then I'm
not doing that.
No.
Hi, Paula Rose. Did we
Faster, it is so exciting.
So you requested the fund and they put it on hold?
No.
No. The way it actually worked was on Sunday, the money was available for me to take out. I went to go take it out. They said, "Oh no, this is way too much money. We need your ID." So I turned in my ID, but then I went and said, "Oh, they said I couldn't take out the whole amount. What if I take out half?" Half went through. The other half I couldn't do it. I had to wait for my ID to go through, and then I was able to take out that other half. That was Sunday. This morning, which is Wednesday, we got a message from eBay that read that they're holding our funds forever and always, and we're never, ever going to be let go from that.
Well,
Here, we need to update some deals. Your seller payouts are on hold and some services blocked. Oh, no, that's when I was giving it the thing. Changes to how you get paid. So it is saying specifically, we are making some changes on the way you process payments on eBay. Going forward, we'll make your funds available for you within 72 hours after we've confirmed delivery of the item. Until then, you see hold. Anyway, again, like people are saying earlier in the chat, guilty until proven innocent.
yeah, and what the one sentence here that totally makes me say this is not all half of the US sellers right now are doing this. The last sentence says, this process helps keep our marketplace safe. The only time they ever say that is when there's unusual activity on an account. And
I mean, I'm not threatening it, but it's okay. Again, I'm okay with them doing this. It makes sense why they would do it. I had 10 times normal sales in one day. That makes sense. But no. You can't keep my money withholding it when I have literally a perfect account in all ways, shapes, and forms. Proof. But yes, they can because it's their platform. My mom says another 7-Eleven story I haven't heard. You've totally heard that one. You have heard that one. But mom's getting a little aged. Her memory's not what it used to be, is it? Not so much. But yes, you did know about it. It's one of the two stories I have about that happened there.
Paul was saying, never trust a man in a trench coat. I have a leather one signed in Sharpie by Alice Cooper. That's
yes, you
awesome.
Do. That is awesome. Season Sales eBay has your credit card number and can change. Yeah, that's what you would think. It's logic to the AI that's running eBay right now. And again, you know what I think it's more akin to actually is they'll get over it. That's a little talk in the news lately about they'll get over it. And I think that's a corporate, that's eBay's corporate message to sellers. You'll get over it. Yeah, we're gonna do whatever we want to, and you'll just get over it. And you know what? They're right. They got us over a barrel. We're not going anywhere else, but don't use that against us.
No, Don, nothing to do with weather. No.
No, everything is the transaction is perfect. Like there's nothing wrong with it. There's
No. Paul was saying, and these days it's not just eBay, like, in nightmares. He's saying he's been dealing a lot with some financial stuff and government stuff, etc. And literally nobody seems to know what they're doing anymore.
No.
Yeah.
And I
It
think
is so frustrating. So
it's-
maybe AI will end up being better
yeah,
than people.
than human parents. Raising these knuckleheads.
And John agrees. eBay is actually doing sellers a favor. Sellers are solid by charging us fees on taxes versus us doing it ourselves.
Ugh,
Nobody wants to send in payments quarterly.
You can't.
Not to
I
mention
couldn't
the
do it.
time, the tracking.
They're giving us back our lives. Don't you see? eBay is our savior.
Ayo, just sold a pair of Air Max
Nice.
Nikes. Yay.
I'll give you 2. Because it's 2. He probably sold a pair. He did. Because it says pair right here.
Oh, Paul's been summoned by his neighbor again.
Enjoy your session.
Oh, no. It's so funny.
Yes.
She's a sweetheart, but she's going to finish me off with smoking.
She needs company over there.
That's so funny. She has a smoking buddy now. She's psyched.
Yeah. We didn't have any performance issues. It's a performance issue. We overperformed.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
And again, it was a customer asked us, instead of ringing out 13 individual sales, they asked us to combine it all. That's what we did. And now eBay.
We pay for it.
Yeah.
We pay for being awesome. This is the eBay way. This is the way. eBay. Primo, I'm going to have to sit out time until I tell Mama all about my 7-Eleven. She really was. I mean, I believe she was there. I mean, no, she wasn't.
Okay, so Diamond Relics is like an average sale price is $50 to $300. I know the initial account issues were because of growth and possible drop shipping concerns because I sell off the same 60 or so listings over and over.
No, ours are all one-offs. They are all one-offs, collectibles for the most part, and highly collectible. No defects, no nothing wrong. Just that maybe overperformance, and they got to pump my brakes. That's okay. The interesting thing is it didn't seem to affect actual sales have come in since that. So it's not shutting off sales.
So this is what is weird and concerning. So Diamond Relics, though, it sounds like on a regular basis is not allowed to withdraw their funds.
Where is that?
The comment that you're on right now.
Oh, I should read that. They have had receipt proof from me now for months and still giving me the withdrawal troubles.
Because farther up it was how, yes, I had the same thing happen to me. When you were talking about you were only able to withdraw the 2,000, but then you showed your ID. And I thought this is what Diamond Relics was saying, is that it's still an ongoing thing with the withdrawals. All the funds are not made available, even when they're there to be withdrawal.
Yeah. See,
So
yeah.
even when they're off hold, Diamond Relics,
They go into
you still
new
can't
hold?
withdraw the full amount. Is that what you're saying if you're still here?
Kelly saying, aloha, Kelly.
Kelly!
I used to do weekly payouts and switched to daily. I do plan to get to weekly at some point. Daily. I can't even, I'm trying to remember when we missed a day. I'm so daily. It's like,
Money, let's go. Money, 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 money,
Yeah,
money.
so this is going to throw a wrench into that for what,
2
14
weeks.
days?
I mean, it's really not going to make a big deal. We'll
But
get
then
over it.
But then it
but-
will just be, normal
a lot of,
after that.
But I still want to know if anybody else in the chat has gotten. Well, we now found
Diamond
out
Relics.
one. So one. And I guess that doesn't seem like half. When they say half of eBay sellers this has been rolled out to, we should see probably half the people in the chat. Don't you think? Is that how numbers work?
Diamond Relics, I don't know if you know lag or not, but lag.
Wait, where are you?
Lag was like, "Can I request my funds to be held?"
Yes.
And Diamond Alex was like, "Lag,
Hold my funds. Hold my wallet.
Lag is a jokester."
Oh, he's serious. But he is an AI 40-year-old female basement with several children. Don't appreciate that eBay has sneak. Aloha did bit golf guy. Don't appreciate that eBay has sneakily added extra business day
Thank
to the
you.
general settlement cycle by tweaking their batch times.
Thank you. That's what I read like 6 months ago or something. Thank you. That is, I didn't know all the details. That's what I was talking about.
They're just like whoever's just sitting in there planning these little tiny tweaks. They're basically, okay. So in the boardroom, I imagine this to be true. In the boardroom of eBay, they have some sort of like the game of operation. And then they got a bunch of little data analyzers going in there and seeing how can we squeeze some money out. And they're trying to get the bone out of the hole without touching the edges, but then they touch the edges.
How did I do that? Uh-oh.
What?
I pressed a lot of buttons all at once. Lag is number one in the hold party.
Yeah, and John, keep their marketplace safe. They mean their pocketbook
That's right.
safe. There is no
Obviously.
reason in the world why they would thank a seller for how many years of loyalty when they show none in
No.
return.
And that's another reason flipping ain't easy. I mean, there's no way for us to fight the power on this. Just have to think, just have to handle it. I just want to put my money down that this will not be permanent. That they're saying it's permanent, but it won't be permanent. That in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, all of a sudden it'll say, because our sales are going to go back to just the normal 100 or 200 up to 400 a day instead of this huge, big one. So.
And I mean, this is totally hypothetical, but I really do think they do tell us that it's being rolled out because they don't want to lay out other cards so that we know, like, oh, next time, let's make sure that we don't combine the big sale together. Let's make the customer, like, they don't want to give
it's
us
part of the gaming of the people.
they don't want to give us all of the information because then
people are unruly.
people will abuse
I get people are unruly. I mean, I'm looking for angles, but I'm never looking for the take advantage of my benefactor platform angle. I'm trying to not take advantage of eBay, but they don't see me as that. They see us as bad as the worst seller.
So
They're like, we have to treat them all the same.
Out of the 40,
Unless you're like John and Josh that get to go hang out with Jamie over in Las Vegas, maybe you're gonna get the new concierge thing where you can actually talk to somebody.
Quirky Picker Chad, I was
we're not
sort of
gross.
wondering that too. He's saying maybe they meant half of the sellers over the course of the next year. I'm sort of wondering that
They
too.
said they rolled out half already, but I'm in the
Um,
half, and the other half is rolling out over some period. Of time.
And we have 49 people watching. I'm wondering if anyone that's watching that hasn't been in the chat, if you are experiencing this at all, and if you would just mention it in the chat if you wanted to.
So far, it's just us and
Diamond Relics.
and Diamond Relics that have had this happen. Eyes wide open.
Open! Aloha!
They do. Aren't they doing that
They are
right
so
now?
upfront with us sellers. eBay could just shut down the site and run away with our money.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to do that because they have actually probably planned out the end of eBay already and have said we can do this for another 20 years and we can just extrapolate a few percentage points every single year for the next 20 years and then we'll be up to 40% to sell your stuff. They'll get used to it and then we'll just file for bankruptcy. And then whoever's in the golden seats up there will take all the money and
I think Diamond Relics was saying exactly to the scenario I laid out where the funds will say they're available, but they still won't let him withdraw. Or I keep saying him, and I'm sorry. I don't.
So our stacker said the little wife holds my money longer than 12 days. Yeah. Wait. It's a true story. She's worse than eBay, so it's no big deal.
Lag. I had to show Primo's ID to withdraw funds too. You're so goofy.
Blue V2.
We
Yeah.
have to say it slow so that we can say two instead of T.
Aloha. Go ahead. Yeah, preview.
Although I had a pleasant 54-minute, are you going to click on it?
Okay.
Conversation with eBay's Andre this
Andre.
morning.
Andre and Daphne.
Andre's AI. While consulting on 3 return/refunds, I was put on hold at least 10 times. Oh, I actually felt sorry for him.
Hey, Pokey. Aloha. Thank you. Pokey, thanks you. And I love it how it's the new way. It's like, I'm going to put you on hold for 2 minutes. Do you
Yeah.
mind? Yes, I mind. You stay on here and play pinochle with me. No, I don't want to talk to you. You don't have anything to say. So put me on hold.
Sort of
And
sounded
then,
like Pee-wee for a
hey,
second.
I am going to put you on hold again. You don't need to come back. Just go do it and come back with the answer. Don't keep coming back and talking to me and interfacing with me when I want to sit here and wait for the answer. I don't want to talk to you again until you can tell me something. Thank you.
Unless they're bringing back more humans.
Back rubs?
Which
Yes.
I feel like I did read that they are
If they're giving
they
out
did
back
bring back more humans, and they're still in training, so that's why they don't. Oh, Ryan.
Oh. Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, did you play that or something?
No, I read this as something's wrong with what's his face's show. Is that what he's saying? Ed's show done? Or something?
No.
Okay. Then maybe he was saying that. There's only 2 possibilities for this.
Rest in peace, Tiki Friday.
So it's either our show, because we never play Tiki music, or it's Ed's show. Those are the 2 possibilities.
I haven't seen anything from Ed, but I haven't looked online.
Well, Ryan is a new YouTube superstar and is up to date with all matters that he's interested in.
So Kelly
And
is saying
reports
I
on
sell ephemera via eBay standard envelope, so most of those never get a delivery scan. About 10 to 15% of them never get a scan along the
wow.
way. I can't imagine how that will work for us. I missed the conversation on who would be affected by it. And
They say everybody. I don't
Yeah.
believe that. I honestly don't
the
believe it.
customer service person said that
It's being rolled out
half
to
of
everyone.
U.S. sellers right now have this implemented, and that eventually it will be all of them.
I know for a fact we were just triggered because
And
of our
it-
exceptional day.
Funds will be released 3 days after delivery. So, how is delivery confirmed? Well, that's usually by a tracking number showing it's scanned and delivered, right?
And I'm pretty sure that although there's something I'm missing about the story over in Ireland, Big Al's story, but he had 10 items that or more that went. It looked as though they're undelivered, so he gets an MCO 11, and he realized that he hadn't closed these cases. People had filed because he sold tons and tons of items. So a couple people, 10, filed item not received, but they didn't give it enough time. And then a couple days, the item arrived, but they didn't close their item not received case. And he didn't close those cases. So I guess eBay closed them and held them all against him. And that's
so
the
if
kind
he
of
had uploaded
baloney.
the tracking numbers again,
I don't know if it was a tracking number thing. It was or not. I don't know, because we ship everything through eBay to avoid any problems. No pirate shipping here. Because I hate that game. I always lose.
and that did golf guy, he's saying that the only way to mitigate is through diversification, hence the brick and mortar and the live selling and cross listing. eBay from 10 years ago would have been enough to get by without all
It
that,
was
but
awesome.
not now.
10 years ago, we were went to Hawaii for a month. I mean, that was what we would do. Well, we'd go places for a long time, not even for 2 weeks. We'd just be like, beep, 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 we're rich. And it was all from eBay, quite frankly. And you had a job. Remember you had a job? That was cool when you had a paycheck. And then if we didn't want to work, we didn't have to. And then you wouldn't work on eBay at all. Remember those days? It's all different now.
Kelly is
Now eBay
saying,
wants to
I
play
do
with our
like
money. Don't mess with our money, eBay.
I do like the automatic feedback after X days if the buyer doesn't do it themselves. Hip Stamp Comic Postcard already does that. Oh, 75% of my customers don't leave feedback, so that would be a nice boost.
25% is about the going rate.
But there's something about that too, though.
I'm going to use.
Well, for one thing, the feedback, all it says is this was a
Klarna. I'm going to Klarna my way to eBay Open. 10 easy payments.
This transaction was successfully completed. I think that is what it says. So it's just the same thing. And the way they sort, though, there's something about the way they're sorted. And then also, a buyer can come back and I think leave feedback even if eBay automatically does it.
It was because I played my Friday song.
Oh, I was wondering when you hit all the buttons. Oh yeah.
I wrote and performed this song. It's called the Primo Themo. I'm not kidding. That's the true story. The Primo Themo.
And Axe Monkey wants a Pokey one too.
Wants a Pokemon?
No, the Pokey sticker. So
A Pokey sticker?
I need to get the icon that
We're listening to a ukulele right now. Can you hear it? Remember that?
Such a happy song.
It is good. That's the best thing I've ever made in my life, maybe. Yeah. It's a reality, and since all businesses moved to the subscription model, that was moving from a pay for your software to subscription model. It started with Adobe kind of.
Well,
that was the first move to capitalize on their products because we can't live without them. We'll get used to it. Let's just charge them more.
So that is weird. Isn't that rude? Your own money, and they're telling you have to wait 3 business days, and that's something to do with taxes, right?
Yes, but I think if you took out $9,999, you wouldn't have to wait 3 days.
And what if you split it up amongst multiple transactions? But I think they still.
It depends on what you do. See, so this was my old scheme. My rhyme scheme for eBay was when PayPal was real. I had 2 PayPal accounts, and then I had 2 debit cards per PayPal account. So when the money got transferred, I could take out $1,600 a day because I could transfer the money from eBay to PayPal. PayPal had a $400 a day limit. And then I would send it to 4 different cards, and I'd be walking with $1,600. Yeah.
So wait, she follows up. So she asked and was told that it was policy. Then was told the bank did not physically have the 10,000.
What?
Sat down with the bank
Shouldn't
manager.
just the ATM have 10,000 in it? Don't
and
ATMs
politely
have that?
told him I would like to withdraw all the money I had in
yeah.
the bank and would wait the 3 days according to policy. And then, well, lo and behold, several minutes later, I was handed the $10,000 check.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I've noticed Macari pattern. I sell 8 to 10 items and then nothing till those are delivered and rated. When this happens,
Interesting.
they will let you walk but not run. I have heard that about Macari, and I believe but that is the way Macari does it, right? One of the platforms, Poshmark or Macari, they don't give you your money till after. That's normal, and it's not like a new thing; it's a normal thing. I thought. If I get a sale on Monday and it pays out on Tuesday, those funds I got on Monday.
Yeah, because the funds
be
aren't
in
available
my payout.
typically for until the next day.
It's right, the fakie, which is
or 2
they
days.
so on the East Coast they hold our money.
Oh,
They say 24 hours, but
it's really
the money gets sold on Monday. Item gets sold on Monday. The money will be available Wednesday morning at like 1:00 in the morning, but it's still 10 o'clock on Tuesday in California. So that's when we get our money.
Yeah.
They take it till the midnight hour, etc. Thank you.
Axe Monkey, she said she loves playing ukulele.
It is nice.
It's
The
so
ook.
pretty. I love it. Now play Over the Rainbow.
I can only play one song.
It's
a song I made up.
Yeah, it was the one and only song that he's ever played.
And I was sort of half learning it for a friend of mine who died, and she was like, you don't have very long to. It was very sad. You don't have very long to learn how to play this for me, and I didn't make it. And she had ALS, so it was terrible. I'm not cheering for ALS. I'm just cheering for her.
Oh, no, rainbow. Yeah, I'll make you cry. That dip golf guy.
First time occurrence. Had a walk-in buy a set of clubs using Klarna and pick up Walton store. I was happy to make the sale, but PO'd that it resulted in eBay fees hitting it. Oh, no. I mean, Klarna's I guess it's a good deal. It is a good deal if you use the no interest. I mean, you can break it up into. They have a couple of different versions, but at least one version of Klarna, you don't have to pay interest, and they like give you some amount of time to pay, and that's great. If you don't have to pay interest, who cares?
And I think we've told you guys how when that first came out 4 or 5 years ago, we were like, let's try this, and we bought a collectible clock off from eBay, sent it to be refurbished.
Got it back.
Took our old clock, sold our old clock, right? Or did anyhow?
No, we bought a clock on eBay with Klarna. We sent it off to the repair person to refurbish it, restore it, brand new.
Yeah.
Got
it back, sold it.
No, paid them with Klarna. Paid for the repair.
Oh, okay.
And then, and that all happened within the time amount it took me to have to pay Klarna.
By the time we got it back, we sold the clock on eBay.
$1,200
before the Klarna was due, so we were able to just
do it all for free.
Yeah,
literally for free.
The Klarna.
And I think
it was a test, and we were like, "Wow, that was pretty cool." Actually.
It was really hard, and we never did it again. No. But it just proved that you could literally
borrow the money from Klarna, buy some inventory,
and make money, and double your money on eBay. I mean, literally double your money for free. I got to do that again. That's a great video, isn't it?
Actually,
double your money for free on eBay.
I mean,
I'm doing it. Don't take it, TM. Thank you, John. I'm looking at you, Beard. Josh doesn't even do shows anymore, so Josh isn't going to do it. Where's our Josh? Big Dre says, oh, those are just words and circles.
So then on Mercari, though, you get the money available right after the rating.
After rating.
You get money available to deposit?
Download or whatever.
Right
after the rating. So is rating the end of the sale. They've received it. So they have received the item, and then they rate you on that, and then you get your money. Maybe. That's what's happening.
Yeah, John saying both Posh and Mercari do this. I would trade this money hold policy for a 3-day return policy if we were comparing eBay to Posh and Mercari. And yeah, right, because Posh and Mercari only allow you to
3-day
put in a return or
for 3
something.
days.
3 days after delivery, I think.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You could eBay is 30, but they could probably push it to 60 if they really wanted to be.
Yeah, Todd got a cha-ching.
Wrong button. Axe is saying I still think your media store would do well on Mercari and Junk Drawer. Really? Well, I mean, we might. We'll see. So I got the notice today that we're desperate for some cash, so we're going to do live selling. Well, we need to go move some stuff out of the storage. Not the whole thing. Just we need to make room for something, and then we need to pay for something. So we're going to sell some stuff from the storage.
For the Whatnot people.
Yes.
For John Beard. How long does it take for Whatnot?
Where's my money?
Whatnot to do your payouts?
Can they pay us first before we even sell anything? That's what I want to know. Because that's a system I would sign up for.
And also, Whatnot, you have to ship within X amount of days, right?
Something lemon drops.
You can't. There's is it Dip where they
out.
allow you to extend the shipping time if you're going to have another show and you'll combine shipping? I'm wondering.
Yes, after rating, money is available for direct deposit or instantly for $2 or $3, 2 or 3 day wait for free. So it's industry standard. All these everybody's moving to the industry is starting to congeal and have like the same rules across platforms. That's I think that's textbook and shitification, isn't it? As far as I remember.
Wait, did you just do cricket cha-ching?
Yeah, I did cricket cha-ching. It's not exciting, but it's still a cha-ching, Todd. That's what matters.
Ryan, there is zero reason for a 30-day return. If you don't like it, you don't need 30 days to try it.
Well,
and
you know
that
what?
encourages people to, you know how clothing sellers often say they feel like they're a clothing rental store?
Yeah.
Because people clearly wore the item.
But I think what's worse on eBay is the 30-day $70 item we sold. The guy receives it May 30th or whatever it was. He receives it, immediately files a return and says it doesn't fit, which I believe is an item not described. It doesn't fit because his brain is wrong. And then he never returns it. So I don't have access to that $70 for 30 freaking days. 30. So I find that to be super garbage. You really can't. You can ask anybody in the mafia. Don't mess with the money. Don't mess with the money. eBay. Okay? You're gonna mess with you're gonna hold the wrong funds. And then you're gonna be in trouble. Thank you.
It's been a while since I've been serenaded. And now, Big Dre, he did ooh.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah,
You're doing Somewhere Over the Rainbow?
I didn't get it until
Nice.
she was like, "Thanks a lot."
Wait, something lemon drops?
Huh?
Ooh, lemon drops. What? something lemon drops. Blue V
crispy. Blue VT.
So cocky.
Changed it to Blue VT.
You got us good. You got us good that time.
Krispy Kreme.
Veering off the road.
Krispy Kreme, 100%.
Oh yeah, come on. Dunkin' Donuts is not a donut. I'm sorry, West Coast, East Coasters, but you're talking the
they're
difference between
so
like
dry.
a sort of a puffed bread with sugar on it versus a doughy masterpiece of mush that just melts in your mouth. And then somebody had the audacity to make two of those as the bookends on a cheeseburger. Are you serious? Are you serious? It's like looking into the face of God. I've never had one, but because I probably die. But I do think that having two donuts on the end of a cheeseburger is a good idea. And I would only do it with the moist richness of a Krispy Kreme as opposed to the dry, blow away nature of hay of the Dunkin' Donuts. Boo, Dunkin' Donuts, boo. I would like to go back in time and have a good Winchell's myself. Thank you.
Ryan was agreeing that, yeah, exactly. You can wear out a pair of shoes in 30 days.
Yeah,
You could.
yeah, you could.
Especially if they were already used.
What if you were riding a motorcycle? What if you were doing downhill skateboarding? You know, you'd burn through a pair of shoes in a couple of days. Send those back. But you could just send back a can of tuna.
Silverhair got another cha-ching.
Nice. That is our fault. We're taking full credit for that as not right. John didn't have a show last night. That has to be from us. So John's halo only lasts for 24 hours. Our halo is right now. It's just during our show. We take full credit. We accept payments. Actually, yeah, we're going to charge you 110% of all sales received during our show.
Ryan, that's why I don't do returns.
We do returns, 100% free returns. You can't stop us. Nobody ever returns anything except for one jackass every once in a while where the money gets held and he actually doesn't return it. And then what we found is, and this is from experience, and Ryan, I mean, as people expand their reselling niches, try different things, the big returns anytime recently have been in the photography department, where we have sold good stuff, photographic equipment like what do they call them?
DJI.
DJI.
You know,
What are they called?
stabilizers.
Yeah,
or
it's a stabilizer.
camera stabilizers.
But
That's
yes.
where we get it. It's like
It's a lot of different. We had a lot of different camera equipment, and half of that stuff is coming back because people who it's all brand new. You can't not like it. It's exactly what we say it is. I think they're just cheap, or they use it for a day. Or I don't know.
I wonder.
There's something about, and we might have. Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say,
silver
say-
hair. You're so good. Thanks.
I mean, come on, that's hilarious. He paid us. Thank you. You're released. You get 110% of today's sales. $2. So what I was gonna say was that I wonder if in the near future, I'm thinking that people are returning this photographic equipment because photographers are getting screwed because of AI right now. So in the niches that cater to certain industries, are you going to start to see them change? More returns, more fraud, more whatever, because the hardworking artists are getting squeezed on their end. And then they're just going to roll it downhill because we're the shit donut. Sorry. We are the Dunkin' Donut at the end of the rainbow. So
wait, does Krispy Kreme have a red light or something?
no.
Oh, well, I don't
Is
catch.
it? I don't get that.
The car does an automatic U-turn when the red light is.
Does that mean it's
flashing.
fresh? I bet
That's
they
what
have some
was wondering.
freshness
We don't
thing.
have Krispy Kremes.
We don't have anything here.
Here,
We have nothing here.
but every so often the schools do fundraising, and it's with Krispy Kreme, so they like get them delivered from
There is a
Montreal. They've had
there's a
them delivered,
Krispy Kreme
right?
reactor in like Albany, New York, where they make all Krispy Kremes, especially for the fundraisers and stuff. And I'm just saying that you can eat those. You just have to have the gooey, and they stick to the roof. Oh, I need a donut.
Biff
from
was
there.
saying the clothing rental scam is called wardrobing. I learned it
Wardrobing.
on CNBC.
Friendly fraud, wardrobing. We're at the front of the war, and we are the fodder. We're the ones who gets burned from either side.
Pico was saying technically you are forced to do returns on eBay
Yes, you are.
if somebody were to file a
Really
return
press it.
as an item not as described.
And, you know, there's a certain sector of people in the world who will not return something at all, no matter what. If it's super expensive, maybe they will. But even if it's $100 item, I'm not going through the hassle of returning it. Then there's some people that look and see if you accept returns, and if you say no returns, they don't press it, even though they want to return it. And there's some people who file for a return, never return it, my money's still sitting there, and then we can't go to Costco. All for nothing. All for naught. Because people aren't responsible. Now, there's always going to be a sect of the humanity that's not follow through. So, whatever. Dunkin' sucks. Coffee and donuts blow. Axe Monkey says.
Yeah,
Quoting. Casey's coffee sucks too, but the donuts are much better.
I don't know what Casey says.
We don't have Casey's. Lag had a cheeseburger about a month ago. Did it have 2 donuts on each
He
side?
said I had that cheeseburger.
Oh, you did?
Or
Was it good though? Because it's
it
good.
said I had that cheeseburger. Yeah, cakey type donuts for the win. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do like cake donuts. So I haven't seen those. My favorite is an apple dumpling gang, apple fritter, which is, I don't think it's technically a donut because it looks different and it acts different. It's a different thing, but it's still fried, so it's a donut. And then in New England, they don't have bars. They have maple donuts, but they don't have maple bars. I haven't seen too many of those. Bars. They're just long rectangle donuts. And I haven't seen the cruller cake donuts, the old fashioned, they're a round donut with a hole in the center, but they're higher. And then they have like the
Now I want
crullery
donuts.
around it. It's not like our crullers now are more like a bear claw twist. That's a cruller here in Vermont, but really a cruller is like that French cruller. I think they used to call it a donut. A donut. Ryan said that would make me leery of selling stuff or selling things that could be taken advantage of like that. I don't think I ever had a return request on cards that was legit. I think it's too much of a hassle really to return.
But then he's saying about I know in the action figure community, fake returns is a huge deal. People swap the figure and return older figures in the new boxes.
I sold 100 vintage. My C3PO filled with figures, about 100 of them. Got top dollar on all of them. Not one return. I think there might literally still be like 3, like the ones that like were caught under a car or somebody tried to blow their heads off with a firecracker.
what a shame it is,
Still
though,
happens.
like how people get away with this.
I
And
know.
if this was happening in a brick and mortar store, you could press charges against
Yeah.
the person. I
Beard would be
feel
do worse than
It's
that.
just ridiculous.
He'd do the 5-finger.
What
You're gonna do the
people get
5-finger
away with
discount. We're gonna do the
online.
5-finger death punch.
The 5-finger chopper.
Chop. Judo chop. Blue VT, how dare you? First of all,
I have a lot of questions. Number 1, how dare you?
dare you change your name in the middle of the show and make me look
Making
dumb?
it easier for us. Thank you.
That red light
I love
is
it.
a
It's so
magnet. Those
cute.
hot glazes. So they pump it out.
Yeah,
when
and
it's
Biff
done.
says, the red light means the donuts are just made.
I'm gonna
That's-
stop just stopping at all red lights, waiting for my donut.
Uh,
Cha-ching, $800. Okay, I'm gonna do 800 dings. That's 3, 4, 5.
There's so
6,
many of them. They just
7,
sound like
8,
one.
9, 10, 11, 12. There, that was all in there.
Wait,
and
no,
you
he
got
said,
crickets.
I mean, cha-ching, $8.
I gotta take all those back now. Fine.
Ryan is not a big donut fan. Not big on breakfast. We're not big on breakfast either, but we wanted.
No, I love breakfast.
We wanted.
Just
we
not. I
wanted.
just don't like. I love breakfast foods. I just don't like to eat them at breakfast time.
What? There's a big toy reviewer guy on YouTube who brags about doing this with Amazon all the time. What a scumbag.
What a scumbrag!
Huh.
Did I just make that up?
Scumbag.
total
He's
scumbrag?
a scumbragger, you mean.
Total scumbrag. Seriously, did I just make that up?
Scumbragger.
Nobody. I can never make up anything new, but if nobody else uses it, I'm calling him a scumbragger. Scumbrag. No one's ever heard of that word. Feel free to disseminate that word around
Ryan,
my children.
just like he did with Rockstar saying he was the Perez Hilton of reselling. Go and tell this guy that he's a scumbragger.
He's a scumbragger. Remember when the cronut was all big? I think I've had like 2 cronuts. That's all I've ever had. Not too many. The $8 change Lag's life. It's a life-changing amount of money.
Or the hate cheeseburger.
The cheeseburger did. Okay, that's possible. Now, what did it do? Did it make you
Pilot's
turn
back.
blue like Violet from? Did it make you turn into a fruit or something? Anything? Like a blueberry. Return of the Drac, right? Return of the Drac.
Your account dragged you. So exciting. He said.
Return of the Drac. John loves that. He would sing that with me. Return of the Drac.
I don't know why I was thinking drags from cigarettes. That's why I said Count Dragula. I managed to get away with only three cigarettes. Oh.
1, 2, 3.
Faster, it is so exciting.
Here's the NBC show about Amazon's growing problem with returns. It reflects all platforms, as we know. Biff Boffo has included that. We're at the bottom of the chat. We're going to go because this is our Friday. We're going to go watch Jenna Phipps, which is the show we watch with the 2 young people who are rebuilding a house in Vancouver, Washington. And they're fresh. They were fresh when they got in this. We're about a year into it. They got the windows in. It's getting exciting, people. Go check them out, Jenna Phipps.
The Canadian side of Vancouver.
Yeah. They're in the 51st state side. Right. You know what I'm saying. Okay, everybody, have a great day.
Thank you for spending your time with us. We appreciate you.
It's time to
always.
not get started.
You mean a lot
It's
to
time
us.
to stop the show because we got to go do things.
Oh,
Bro.
Is Carla here? I don't know if Carla was here, but
I didn't see
and then
Carla.
he's here. Not drag fans. Don't like the long hair cool. Oh, there's
Thanks, Carla. Aloha, everybody. We're waiting for Carla. Aloha. We love you guys. Have a great afternoon and happy sales to you.
Get back to work, you slack.